So yesterday I read about, I think I'll just go back and I'll start at the beginning here with the 7 flames of God for the 7 days to give you an understanding what it says. Oh, very cool, Danny. So it says the frequency of forgiveness is the frequency of the heart. Tapping into the heart allows you to inform the mind and the body of this gift, not just for this lifetime, but for all lifetimes as well. And that's where the heart is like the library. All it knows is God's truth. And we seal it up, we block it. And when you really, really understand these things, then you can open it up and you can make changes in other things. So the 7 flames of God is where we're at, and I'm going to go right back to the beginning, and then I'll sort of read through. It's quite a long actual chapter. It goes to 162, so it's about 21 pages in total. I'll see if I can get that done. If not, we'll have to carry on with it tomorrow. But I'm going back to start on page 141, the 7 flames of God in the 7 days. It's at this time I want to give you a short overview of the 7 major rays, and that's the chakra colors too, or flames. It would be very beneficial for each of you to focus each day on the energies of one of the 7 major rays that flood the planet from the Creator Source on that day. All energies of the 7 ray flood the planet daily, but each day of the week, one of the rays becomes predominant, and that's what you got to understand. In your energy fields, on a certain day, you have a really, really strong energy connected, and you work in that energy. And as a healer and an energy worker, you need to know these things because there's our 7 chakras, front and back, and important to know that. Then it reveals there's 5 extra hidden chakras that need to be understood because they're also part of the universe and other things. But start learning to work with these rays, different colors. I always say experiment with colors. Working with the 7 rays in this manner will assist you in the most profound ways to balance the energies of the 7 rays in each one of your 7 major chakras throughout your life. It will bring much greater balance and ease to your present life. In the process of ascension, the enlightenment, all 7 major chakras, and later on the 5 secret chakras must be balanced and mastered in order to move on to a greater wisdom and mastery in your cosmic future. And this is where you have to really understand this. Hey, Elena, you're joining us? Very cool. In Telos, we work much more effectively each day by amplifying in our hearts, our minds, and daily activities the specific energies of each day of the week. We invite you to experiment with this. You may be pleasantly surprised how much more effectively the energies are amplified and how they are much greater assistance to you. And so Sunday is the yellow ray of wisdom and the mind of God is amplified. So using that yellow color on Sunday helps you to connect with the mind of God and to amplify the energy. Focus on the mind of God daily in all things, but specifically on Sunday. This divine mind will open your own mind to a greater and greater wisdom. The true wisdom always comes from the mind of the higher perspective, the higher consciousness. As you merge with the divine mind and your own, you will begin to make decisions and conduct your life in ways that will bring you greater satisfaction and ease. And this is where, when you understand this, if you're using it on those days, you're going to notice something big. Monday, royal blue, the will of God is amplified. So the first one is the mind of God. So Sunday is the mind of God. Now we're going to the will of God and using the royal blue color on Monday. And I chose this shirt today. It's white, but it's got a lot of blue. It had a sort of dragon and a tree in it, but it's sort of disintegrating. I really like this shirt, but this thing went really fast and it looked really, really nice. So I thought, well, today I'll wear it even though you can't quite see it. You can still see the flame up here and you can see the ground and a bit of the tree, but I think there was a dragon in here and it's really hard to see. Focus on the will of God. your very life through total surrender to the divine will. I'll do that again. Focus on the will of God for your very life through total surrender to the divine will, no matter what your present circumstance appears to be. This is the fastest way for you to gain spiritual mastery and spiritual freedom. As you align with God's will, you'll notice that your life will also align with greater harmony. Bath your mind, body, and soul each day with that energy, and soon you will reap the many benefits. And today is Monday, so royal blue. And if you put your mind on the will of God, and you do this practice throughout the day, it's going to help you. Tuesday is rose pink, the ray of divine love. So divine love on Tuesday, you want to focus the divine love of God to be amplified. So by using rose pink, it's going to generate an energy on that day. So try use this and see what it does tomorrow. Focus on transforming and healing influences of the energy of divine love. Love is the glue that creates transformation, heals, and harmonizes all things. Take time in your life to breathe it in and merge with the flame of divine love. Love is the key to the power of multiplication of all things you desire. As you merge with this flame in a greater and greater measure, limitations start dissolving and you become the master of your destiny. And that's what all spiritual people are trying to do, heal themselves, becoming God, becoming all these things. Wednesday, the emerald green ray of the divine flame of healing. So Wednesdays, you want to focus on healing in that emerald green ray by wearing those colors. The healing and the precipitation and the divine abundance is amplified. So Wednesdays, by wearing green, you can amplify abundance and do healing in that. Focus on the energy of divine healing in all aspects of your life. This is a balancing, soothing energy that will assist you to align the many distortions you have created with your lives. Invoke and visualize this radiant green liquid healing light for all areas of your life that needs transformation. The green ray also governs the law of divine abundance and prosperity. It's why a lot of people need to wear green now, to have prosperity and abundance, but they won't use it. Even though it makes them feel really good, they won't use it. The green ray also governs the law of divine abundance and prosperity. Also invoke this great emerald green flame to pave the way for manifestations and participations of all your physical and spiritual desires. So if you're using this, it's going to help you more and more and more to do this. And I have to find this kind of a green for Wednesday. So I'm going to start practicing these colors. I'll do it on the day and I'll use that focus. I'm going to start doing that. Thursday, the golden ray of the resurrection flame is amplified. Focus on the energies of the flame of resurrection and restoration of your inherent divinity. You are divine beings experience human life and learning from it. Because you have strayed in consciousness, your divinity has been veiled. As you invoke and merge with the purple and gold energies of the resurrection flame, you will start resurrecting all the gifts and attributes of your divinity. And this is where your gifts can come in. And in the past, you were a child, maybe you shut it all off. So on Thursday, you can start wearing these colors, focusing on this flame. So it could come in and bring up your gifts. It can clear your third eye and every other thing. The resurrection flame, you will start resurrecting all the gifts and attributes of your divinity. This wondrous flame prepares you for the final ritual of ascension. Ascension has been and still is the main purpose of your many incarnations on this planet. So if you're letting the universe, you want to do this. Friday, the pure dazzling white ray of purity in the ascension flame is amplified. So Fridays, wearing dazzling white light or white colors, even wearing pearls, whatever kind of colors or crystals or whatever that is white. Ascension is alchemy, marriage, or divine union of the human self with the divine essence through the process of purification of all misqualifications of God's energy throughout your many incarnations. Focus on purifying and clearing all negative, false beliefs, all negativity, false beliefs, poor attitudes, and habits that do not enhance your spiritual mastery. And we all got to do that. We all got all kinds of bad habits. So if we do this on Friday with this white energy and we focus on this flame to transmute and heal and change all of that, it's going to help you more and more, and you will see it, and it's going to bring your gifts and your abilities and things up. Fill your auric field, every cell of your physical body, your mental, emotional, and etheric body with this pure, white, dazzling ascension flame. In your daily meditation, do this with all the rays. It is essential for spiritual progress. And when people meditate, you should see a rainbow color going down through every cell, bone, aura, chakra, esoteric, auric, all of it. Whatever it is, allow all these energies to go into everything. And that is on Friday. Saturday, the penetrating violet ray of transmutation and freedom is amplified. On that day, focus on the many tones and frequencies of the violet ray. This ray is almost magical. The violet flame is the frequency of change, alchemy, freedom from limitation, royalty, diplomacy, and much more. As you fill your auric field and your heart with this wonders of the violet flame, its frequency will start clearing from your life the obstacles and karma that are obstructing the way to your realization of your mastery and divinity. Use the violet flame as much as you can each day, but especially on Saturday when this ray is amplified in a greater way. It will serve you well. As you see, my dear friends, all the rays are important. None of them can be neglected nor put aside. They all work together in a great harmony to assist the restoration of your soul and your lost paradise. Self-realization and God mastery come from the daily and diligent applications of these seven flames, as you are the responsible architect of your life. This immortal, eternal flame of God will work for you as you work with them. No one can and will interfere with your free will, and no one can do it for you. Spiritual progress is brought forth as a result of daily applications of God's laws, God's energy through the main seven rays, and the clearing of one's karma and emotional body. Each day it is most important that you set time aside to do your spiritual and inner work. Invoking these flames of God's love and attributes opens the understandings for greater application of cosmic law. Breathe, invoke, and fill yourself with these wondrous flames of God. In your meditation, seek deeper understandings of these flames by contacting your God self and your guides, and diligently apply what is shown to you. And that's where you got to pay attention when you're meditating, what they're showing you, what they're trying to help you to see and understand. You need to do that. Hey, Sonny Bear, hey, Tipson. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Understanding these flames by contacting with your God self, your guides, and diligently apply what is shown to you. Seek to lift the flame of immortal illusions and connect with the magic and power of the original intent of God for your eternal journey into a greater and greater purpose of destiny. Our assistance is also available to you for the asking, as simple prayer requests from your heart brings us into your force field instantly to assist you. And this is where I want these 8 spirits to come to all of you and start really connecting. And I hope you will all work with these colors and these flames throughout the week. And each one of them is specific. Like if you want to heal karma on Saturday, then wear these colors throughout the day and stuff like that, and ask to see. Take a little time to meditate and see what they're showing you. The Illumination Flame, a second ray activity with a meditation to the Temple of Illumination. So Adam, greetings, my beloved. This is Adam. I am here in your presence today with several beings that most of you already know and at least have heard. Among those present are the brother Animar and the great master of the second ray, Lord Lanto. So remember Lord Lanto for the second ray. If you go to that temple, you'll be greeted by Lord Lanto. Ariella, hello Anima. We would like to discuss with you today the attributes and the uses of the illumination ray to receive a greater understanding of it. It must be that you already read our minds since you brought Lord Lanto with you. We welcome all of you into our midst, into our hearts. We are honored to have your presence with us. Adam, thank you. Thank you, my friends. This is also our pleasure and honor to be again sharing our love and wisdom with all of you, and later on to a greater number of people through our published books. At this critical time on the Earth's transition into higher consciousness and dimensions, it's more important than ever for every soul's incarnation here to understand what is going on energetically, physically on your planet of evolution. Indeed, more than ever, you are all in great need of more enlightenment and fully understand and remember your divine essence to know what you are doing here on this planet and discover the purpose and the goals you have set up for your experience here. It is time now for all of you to take advantage of the most wondrous window of opportunity for spiritual liberation through ascension that is offered to you at this time, because the deep love your Creator has for each one of you, and through the most awesome divine grace that is offered to you from His heart, you can now be liberated from the choices of separation from God that you made very long time ago. You have been evolving here for a very long time in a level of spiritual slumber, which has brought you much discomfort, unhappiness, pain, and limitation. Through the self-imposed ignorance and separation you have chosen to experience, you must have forgotten how to manifest your lives as divine beings that you truly are. Many of you have had enough of this unnatural way of being and have called forth the intervention of the Creator. Lifetime after lifetime, your souls have been imprinted with erroneous belief systems about God and about yourself. You have followed the limiting teachings of religions whose leaders had for their agenda to keep you in spiritual ignorance, control, and submission. All the religions have done that. For most of those religions and dogmas you have been so attached to, believe in, and embody have kept you boxed in an endless stream of erroneous concepts that have prevented you from experiencing yourself in your many incarnations through the eye of your divinity. And that's where you got to accept and want to become God. Yeah, I've always been an influential person my whole life since I was a little boy. People have always come to me for answers and all kinds of things. We desire to talk to you of a level of spirituality that's pure in its essence. True spirituality is a very simple concept that could be summarized in a small booklet. We have said that several times. It is so simple that people have completely forgotten how to be spiritual and to embody it. And that's why I say anybody can be Jesus, Buddha, me, or anything else. But you got to understand how to do it correctly. You are always looking for the most complicated concepts you can find. Through the ages, millions of books containing very elaborate and complicated ideologies about God have been written on spirituality. And actually, very few, if any, acknowledge the simple truth that pure spirituality offers. A very great number of your spiritual books have been written by those whom we consider the spiritually blind, wishing to guide the others of humanity who are also spiritually blind. True spirituality is a state of being, a pure state of consciousness that brings you back to the consciousness of love, light, true life, and your divinity. And that's what I want you all to understand, to be a part of this fifth dimension in the future. In general, spirituality cannot be gained by many things you do or don't do, and neither by all the many rules imposed on you by your society, your religious organizations, and your governments that you are so eager to conform to. It simply is. This is why all the rituals, practices, concepts, do's, and don'ts that you accept or reject were meant to be the best, only basic guidelines by a well-meaning people. These guidelines could have assisted you if you had used them with the right perspectives, but they could never inject true spirituality within your soul. You alone can do this in communion with your divine essence. That's why you got to connect with these chakras and all kinds of things. And I've been teaching this for years to people. I've been talking about this stuff for like way over 30 years, trying to help people understand how simple it is. I can sit with a little child and they understand me. I sit with a group of adults and it's like talking Martian to them all. This is why the purpose of our discourse and writings is to bring forth a teaching that is simple for people to follow, a teaching that will assist you to bring you back to the consciousness of the God within, that namaste, that light, that soul energy. That's a piece of God. And you got to go and visit that. And you got to understand how to go in there and what to do. So the God within, as the great architect of your life stream, we wish you to rediscover, as we have, the joy and bliss of living your lives again according to your own unique pathway, totally connected with the divine essence that beats your heart. We wish you to remember at all times that this divine essence that is alive and active within each one of you is your true source of all that can be, all that you know, and all that can require manifestations, your daily lives as divine beings. So once you really go in there and embody it, like Cindy came across that video I mentioned yesterday where that woman went inside and she went into the light and it just healed and transformed her life. And that light has every knowledge, everything. And I say, look for it. Stop looking for the dark. Stop chasing things. Sit by yourself and go inside and find that light that's truly inside you. The river of life, of love and limitless abundance and every good and perfect gift you may wish to enjoy and are yearning to obtain lies within you, awaiting your recognition and your dedication in calling it. And with this introduction, I am now going to talk about illumination, one of the attributes of God's flame that can greatly assist you in your awakening. Aurelia, what are the attributes of the second ray illumination, Adam? The ray of illumination has to do mainly with God's wisdom, true knowledge, and enlightenment in all its various facets. It represents Christ conscious illumination, understanding and perception, peace from the heart of God's omniscience. It is literally an unlimited extension of God's mind. Many of the souls incarnating on the ray of illumination by divine appointment became teachers of humanity, and a lot of you are, but you're afraid of it. You're afraid for the world to see you. You're afraid to be all of this. You're waiting for somebody to certify you. Nobody on the planet can do this. Many of the souls incarnating on this ray of illumination by divine appointment become teachers of humanity. Many of the great masters of wisdom you have heard of, who have incarnated in the past as great teachers for humanity, are beings whose main soul pathway is a ray of illumination. To name a few, you have the Master Jesus, Sananda 2,000 years ago, Lord Maitreya, Lord Buddha, Lord Confucius, Dajwal Kal, Lord Lanto, Lord Kathumi, and many others. Masters of all the rays have also incarnated from time to time to become teachers of humanity, because humanity must learn to understand the masters of initiation of all the rays in perfect balance in order to qualify for the ascension. Everyone has been created on one of the 12 rays, and there are millions of beings in each one. Understand that there is not one ray better than the other, like most of you would like to believe. All the rays must be embodied, understood, and integrated equally. And that's why you got to learn how to work with all of them. You have to learn how to sit in and do all of these things. The illumination ray is connected with the crown chakra. So that energy connected to your 8th, 9th, 10th, all of these chakras up here, the illumination ray is connected with the crown chakra known as the 1,000 lotus petal. So when you really meditate, you'll see this lotus petal on top of people's crown chakras. As you invoke the illumination ray in your crown, 1,000 petals of your crown chakra start to proceed of being illuminated again by expanding more of your potential and reconnections with the true mind of God, which has been lying dormant within you for thousands of years. And it's all sitting inside you. Can you activate this 1,000 petal thing and allow God, like I say, allow God to come into your mind, to see through you, to hear through you, to speak through you? Allow this to happen. Don't tell God what to do. Don't be Harry Potter waving a fan around, playing games. So, the God mind which has been lying dormant within you for thousands of years. However, it has never left you, and this is what you want, to awaken now. Tell Ainsley I'm doing my TikTok live, Cindy. All the pockets of darkness you have embedded there through ignorance and basically pocketed of sleeping consciousness that prevents you from experiencing mind of God in a pure form. When you invoke the illumination ray in your crown chakra, in the totality of your consciousness, and set your intentions to reawaken all the attributes of your divinity, your higher self will use the energies you are invoking to gradually enlighten and activate the dark pockets that have been lying dormant there for a very long time. That's why you got to look in your garbage dump. You got to look at everything. You got to look at all the bad things you ever done, even your past lives and everything. And like I say, when you illuminate, you look at everything. You don't deny nothing about yourself. You become everything. And we've been in this slumber and sleep for thousands of years, hiding this inside ourselves. Because once we activate it, we're going to see everything, good, bad, right, or wrong. You look at a person, you'll know if they're good or if they're bad. You're not judging them. You're not a bad person. You're not condemning nobody. You just see the absolute truth. When I see people and I say things, I'm seeing the absolute truth. I don't care what they want to say is real or not. And like I say, it's through God that happens. Yeah, but you don't have to remember it. You just got to go in there and it shows you everything. People think they got to do something. Aurelia, does the illumination ray have an essence or a color? The illumination ray is a golden yellow, like the sun, and quite brilliant. The Temple of Illumination is the main focus on this planet for this ray. It is situated at Lake Titicaca in South America. The guardians of the ray are the gods and goddesses of Meru, Meru, who have been holding the energy of illumination for thousands of years in the most awesome etheric temple. In Telos, we have also created a smaller version of the majestic second ray temple, as we have done for all the various rays. And this is where I would love to go to Lake Titicaca, knowing this, and doing a meditation and pray and bringing in that light and connecting with all these divine beings and seeing this other fifth dimension that they're all in and really, really connecting to it all. In the time of Lemuria, we had thousands of temples on our continent representing hundreds of attributes of the Creator. We had temples for every aspect of every evolution. We had over 100 temples dedicated to the various rays alone. My beloved, understand that there are many rays you are not yet aware of. You have known about 7, but now about 12. and you also know that there are many more than that. It is not necessary that you be aware of all the rays at this time, but it is the utmost importance for those aspiring to make their ascension in this incarnation to gain mastery of the 7 rays and later on the next 5. That's why I say there's 1,000. Like there's 1,000 chakras. And there's even beyond that. Some people say I'm from the 16th chakra. It's like you're like so far up there, and people are just like, one woman used to always tell me that she'd ask me something and I'd just give her answers, and then she would go and Google it and search for it, and she'd find everything I channel, and I would talk to her, and she's like, I don't understand you. It's like you're talking Martian. And she says, you must be from like the 16th or 17th chakra. It's like you're way up here beyond everybody. And when I bring in energy and things, when I pray and I ask the blessings of God for everybody, all kinds of things come through. It's not mine. I have my own stuff. I don't give anything of mine away to anybody. I spent my lifetime searching for this knowledge and practicing and doing things. In the time of the Lemuria, we had thousands of temples on our continent, so on this continent, representing hundreds of attributes of the Creator we had temples for every aspect of our evolution. We had hundreds of temples dedicated to various rays alone. My beloved, understand that there are many rays you are not yet aware of. You have known about 7, and now about 12. And also know that there are many more than that. It is not necessary that you be aware of all the rays at this time, but it is the utmost important for you, for those aspiring to make their ascension in this incarnation, to gain mastery of the 7 rays and later of the next 5 rays. Ariella, what initiation might we go through while working with the illumination ray? Adam, it will be an initiation of becoming aware of all the erroneous beliefs. So everything you ever believe that's bullshit, you're going to become aware of it all. And that's where I'm like, you got to dig in your garbage can and really, really see what the truth is. And this is going to make that happen whether you like it or not. And if you want to ascend, you have to go through this. You can't avoid it. You can't run away. You can't hide it. You can't do anything. If you're not willing to do this, don't say you're going to be in the 5th dimension. You got to look at all your own lies and bullshit and everything. It's all about you, nobody else. Yourself, and have occupied your conscience and kept you in so much pain and limitation. So all these beliefs have separated us in pain and limitation. It is stepping out of the ignorance and uniting with the mind of God as you integrate and infuse yourself with the ray of illumination. You can invoke the mind of God to do its perfect work in your own mind to transform and evolve it. That's why I say ask it to come in. Ask it to do these things. On Sunday, yesterday, I prayed for it to come into your mind. And when it comes in, it does this. There is the human brain and there is the mind of God, which are not exactly the same. The mind of God represents the universal conscious that knows everything and holds no limitation. The human brain is governed by the human ego and is imprinted with fear, limitation, and erroneous beliefs about the self. It has been altered by the human ego and its own fears and consciousness of separation. However, it has been a tool for your evolution. It has served you well. Your human mind, as it evolves, is destined to ultimately unite with the mind of God. Do not plan to get rid of it like some of you would like to do. It is yours and you must own it as an integral part of yourself. That's why I say stop trying to get rid of your ego. Stop trying to get rid of it. Like we know one person who got rid of her heart chakra. I'm like, you can't do that. But she believes all this stuff, and I'm like, you're insane. You can't get rid of your oversoul. You can't get rid of anything. You can't erase anything in your life. But people are doing this believing they're spiritual. I'm like, you're all crackpots. What you need to do is to transform it by the right knowledge, true wisdom, and by surrendering of all of your old beliefs that no longer serve you and keep you in limitation and ignorance. If you do this inner work to create your transformation, your ego will eventually evolve and unite and to fuse with the mind of God through the infusion, action, and limitation. And that's what Buddha and all these masters did. They infused themselves with the mind of God, and that energy is there wanting to come in and be married with you. In the process of ascension, all aspects of you, including your human and ego mind, will be uniting completely with the mind of God and all attributes of your divinity. Consider it an ongoing process for eternity, as there will always be another level and another one to open up to and learn from. And that's what I've learned throughout my life. There's always more and more and more and more. The more knowledge you get, the dumber you seem. And it's really true. Book 3, Telos. Consider it an ongoing process for eternity. There is always and always will be another level and another one to open and to learn from. The process that you need to surrender to in order to open your mind, your heart, and all aspects of you to your divinity cannot happen overnight. That's why I say you can't go from kindergarten to graduating university. Stop it. Stop fooling yourself. Stop harming yourself. Stop pissing on yourself. Wipe the crap off and start growing up. This is the journey you have created and planned for yourself before you incarnated in order to obtain the goals you have set for yourself for your evolutionary pathway. Gradually, you will integrate the knowledge and the understandings and the wisdom you need into your consciousness. As you do this, at certain points, the veil will lift and you will unite your mind with the fullness of the mind of God. If you don't wish to do your homework and you choose to stay in your present state, maintaining your erroneous concepts and belief systems, it is your choice. No one will force you into it. And that's where I can't think for none of you. I can't do nothing for none of you. I want you guys to have all of this, and I want you to all heal and change. I want to see you in the future as gods. But if you fear this and you don't want to do it, go somewhere else. Don't waste your energy and time. But if you're here, start thinking about it and do the work. Be also aware that you will have the life with consequences of being held back in your evolution while others and love will be lifted up into the next level. And this is where I'm held back. I'm held back for a lot of people. If I wasn't held back, Cindy wouldn't be in my life, Danny wouldn't be in my life, Dipson wouldn't be in my life, Marinda wouldn't be in my life. So many people that I've connected with over the 30 years wouldn't be in my life. Danny Jackson wouldn't be there. All kinds of other people, and this is where I'm being held back. And I'm trying to help all of you to climb this ladder so when you get here, I can move up. I don't need to stay down here and be pissed on anymore. Your own evolution is your primary goal for your incarnation. It is required your willingness and your efforts to engage in it fully. It simply doesn't happen automatically. It is really a desire of the soul. It has to become the most profound desire and focus of your incarnation. That's why you have to want to meditate and do everything. I can share all the knowledge in the world, but you got to decide to do it, not me. I spent my lifetime doing all these things. So it simply doesn't happen automatically. It really is a desire of the soul. It has to become the most profound desire and focus of your incarnation. It doesn't mean you can't enjoy the third dimensional life. In fact, it is required that you love and enjoy your life to its fullest. It all needs to be integrated as one. Your transformation now at this time of the Earth's transition requires your full commitment and participation. This is your most important assignment and mission you can do now for yourself. It is time now for all of you to set up your priorities and do as the masters you wish to become. So whatever you're doing to become, to transform. I'm going to read this next little bit and take a break. Cindy can come in and share or talk with you guys or whatever. So the group says, how can we consciously evolve our human minds to unite with the divine mind? Adam, every day invoke the energies of the illumination to unite with your human brain. And that's where every day wearing colors, doing these things. Strive to expand your consciousness any way you can, such as reading material that inspires you, meditating, communing with nature, etc. Do not, you do not want to just feed the mind information. That's what people want to do. They just want information. But there's more than that. And people come to me for information. I'm like, I'll give you all the information, but it ain't going to do no good. You can photographically remember it and run around and try to make somebody believe you're a master, but that doesn't do anything. You have to integrate it, live it, breathe it, sleep it. But you want to nourish your hearts and your souls with all that is noble, beautiful, and enlightening. Go into your heart and begin to unite your energies with the divine within you. The process of ascension that transforms your mind will unite with the sacred heart, but the heart will ascend first, and you will experience divine union. All your chakras will become unified, and you will no longer feel separated from the rest of you and of the universe. They will remain as direct foci, but all unite at the same time also. Many more chakras will be added to you as you see how powerful that is. This is why an ascended master is an enlightened being. You don't have to wait for anyone's permission or nudgings to start this process. Begin now if you want this illumination to take place within you. So, from what I understand, from one ancient book that I came across a long time ago, there's like 4,500 chakras or something. And it was a really, really interesting book I read back in the 90s. And it just blew my mind when I was trying to go so deep into it. And like when I say even the cells have 13 dimensions in it, and you think of a billions of cells, and then you times it by 13, like how many hidden secrets. And this is where we all have erroneous beliefs. And some of them are from past lives. Some of them we picked up as children. Some of them we absorbed while we were inside our mother. Some of them are, like I say, other people forced on us. And we have all these phobias and fears and things that stop us. And when using this knowledge, it's going to bring it all up. And you got to own it. You can't just put it in a closet or hide it or put it somewhere. It's like, it's yours. You created it for a reason. Group, if we were to call the illumination ray during our sleep, what initiation and process would I be going through? Where would I be taken? Adam, we suggest that you call the illumination ray during the waking time. In your sleep, you know all that is. It is in your consciousness of your waking time that you need to integrate the wisdom you learned during the sleep time. Who you are on the other side of the veil as a conscious self is very well informed and has no problems. And that's where you can bring that energy in, and that it's like there's things there. Aurelia, when I go places in my sleep time, I know that it is not necessary at the time that I consciously remember where I have been and what I have learned. I feel it is more important that the knowledge I gain during nighttime be integrated in my daily life. Adam, exactly. You are not meant yet to remember all your nightly adventures because they are so wondrous that if you did remember, you would have no more interest to bring to completion your three-dimensional experience, and it would set you back on your pathway. Once you set your intention with your guides and the masters to do and learn certain things during your sleep time, they will take you to all kinds of wondrous places that will assist you to meet your goals. But you will not remember. For example, if you want to go to the Illumination Temple, they will take you there. There is more than one on the planet, and you can visit them all if you wish. Actually, You have already done that more than once, but it is good for you to be aware that you can also go there more consciously in your waking state. So when you meditate, ask to go to these places and allow them to see and remember everything you're being shown. Don't blow it off. Don't throw it away. Write it all down. Pay attention. We also have the Illumination Temple in our city. We have created a bridge of light between the temple in Telos and the one in South America. In our realm, they are not energetically separate. We all work together as one group. Do we come to work on only one ray during a lifetime? Adam, not exactly. In one incarnation, most of you work at least with two rays, a primary ray and a secondary ray in which you want to gain more attainment. Eventually, you have to integrate and balance all the rays in one lifetime. You could be working on the second and third ray, but you have had incarnations working on all the other rays as well. The ray that you are working on in this lifetime is not necessarily indicative of your original monadic ray. If you could read your Akashic records, your monadic ray in which you were originally created would be indicated by a certain tendency of having more lifetimes in that ray. When you ascended after mastering and balancing all of the rays, you usually return in service to your original monadic ray. And some people ascend and then they come back down and take on really hard things to help the planet and people. One guy years ago, and when I was around 30, he did a palm reading on me and he says, "Man, you're crazy." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's reading my palm. He said, "You came here to suffer every kind of terrible thing there is on this planet. You don't need to do that." He says, "But you're so insane. You created and manifested this life." And he says, "Just keep on going. One day in the future, you're really going to help this planet." And he's just staring at me, and he was just shocked by everything he was seeing. And they showed him all kinds of stuff. And it was really interesting, the things he channeled to me at that time. But he was like blown away. He's like, "Man, you had a terrible life." I'm like, "I came here for this." And I walked through it. So if you could read your Akashic records, your monadic ray in which you are originally created would indicate by a certain tendency of having more lifetimes in that ray. When you ascend after mastering and balancing all the rays, you usually return in service to your original monadic ray. Ariella, how does the illumination ray balance your mental, emotional, physical, and soul body? Adam, the illumination ray alone does not balance all of your bodies. Its main purpose to assist the attainment of true wisdom, knowledge, illumination, and integration of the divine mind. Each ray has a different action and they all complement each other equally. Your world right now is flooded with information. This is why right information is so needed and discernment so important that you develop, which is also a second ray attribute. And this is where everybody wants to be light language and channelers and this and that, and they don't know where anything is coming from. And a lot of people are doing really, really crazy things they need to stop. They're jumping from kindergarten, trying to graduate university, and they have no ideas, and they talk about chakras with no knowledge. Group, Adam, would Gandhi, Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy be considered second-ray beings? Adam, John F. Kennedy was first-ray being, the ray of leadership and the will of God. Gandhi was third-ray being, love and compassion. Martin Luther King was also first-ray being, leadership in mostly of first-ray activities, but not exclusively. Not only beings of the first ray can take roles of leadership in the world, beings on all rays also bring their gifts into leadership roles from time to time in order for all the rays to be demonstrated. In order to ascend, you must gain mastery of all the rays equally. Group, can you explain the misuse of the second ray? Adam, some of the misuses of the second ray would be to use knowledge in the wrong way or entertain conscious ignorance. And most people are going into conscious ignorance. I get really tired of arguing with people when they try to disprove me and try to prove all this new age stuff, and they try to get rid of karma and universal laws and all kinds of stuff. And they're so ignorant, and they want to school me and teach me. So some of the misuse of the second ray would be to use knowledge in the wrong way or entertain conscious ignorance, such as not wanting to see things as they are. I was talking to Cindy about this morning. You have to see the truth in everything, whether you like it or not. Entertaining illusions about life and self is also a misuse of the second ray. So pretending to be something you're not, trying to read things and then pretend to be all kinds of stuff is really, really bad. We are going to talk for the moment about the heart. The human mind and the brain are tools that you have in the third dimension that have been designed originally to always be of service of the heart. Your heart is connected to divine mind of God until you have reached the state of union with self. Your mental and your ego mind needs to be consciously at the service of the heart always. That's why I say connect to your higher heart. Eventually, it becomes a natural state of being when you are constantly working or acting through your human mind instead of your heart, and not connecting with the higher purpose of life. The state of consciousness creates the misuse of the second ray through spiritual ignorance, control, manipulation, and ego mind. Some people have great human intelligence but have no spiritual wisdom. And lots of people I know have no spiritual wisdom. They don't want to integrate or know anything. They just go around and I know. Boy, they irritate me. And I just like, oh, here's another one. Oh, I want to tell you, I have such a bad life. Oh, poor me. And I'm like, I don't go for that stuff. Some people have great human intelligence and no spiritual wisdom. They often use the great intelligence in the service of the altered ego instead of seeking their oneness with all that is. The leaders of our governments, for example, know better than what they are acting out. You have access to much knowledge of the corruption and secrecy that takes place within your governments. These behaviors are big-time misuse of second ray and of leadership. Do you understand? Aurelia, yes. It sounds as if it can become quite devastating. Adam, well, it is the way it is. You can only change your own perspective on things and embrace the energy of love, peace, harmony for yourself first. Then, when you own enough of it, you can radiate it to all others around you simply by being who you are. When everyone in the population starts assessing the mind of God through the heart, your government also begins to change and mirror the new consciousness of the collective. As you change, your collective evolves its consciousness. So will your government also change, and that's going to happen. We're going to have a whole new way our government does, and it's going to change the planet. Whatever Canada is going to do, it's going to affect the whole world. And we got to want to change that. We got to use our hearts and our minds, not fighting it, not saying what was good or bad, but literally desiring this change. Same with Donald Trump. He's going to bring in something that's going to change everything on the planet. As you change, as a collective evolves its consciousness, so will your government also change. This way, you begin to see that is never about them, but it's all about you all together. Your governments always reflect the consciousness of the people they govern. As you evolve, you will have the wisdom to elect more enlightened beings as your leaders. They are your mirrors. Ariella, what are the side effects of misuse of the crown chakra and how would it show up in your physical body? Adam, the crown chakra is an instrument and the seat of the mind of God in the physical body, designed to reflect knowingness, wisdom, and illumination. Those who are consciously misleading people, controlling, manipulating, using their human knowledge for their own benefit, only eventually receive the harvest of their creation. Eventually they experience a return of their creation as karma. Some of the ways it may return can be mental illness, such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, loss of memory, mental dysfunctions, or diseases. As you get older, you are meant to get wiser and embrace more and more of the mind of God. The opposite is quite prevalent in the society as people get older. Many people in nursing homes and mental institutions have reached a state of mental deterioration to the point of not being able to relate to their own name anymore or recognize their loved ones. On the human level, you can never judge anything because your judgments have very limited understandings. And in black letters it says, let us now do a meditation and go together to the Illumination Temple in the etheric plane. So this is a meditation if you guys want to do it. And it's a couple of pages, then I'm finished this chapter. So meditations to the Illumination Temple. So Adam is going to guide you all through as I read it. So you can sit and relax. You can put on some sort of sound or music or something in the background. You can relax, get in a comfortable seat, whatever you need to do. Adam, first of all, we have an Illumination Temple in Telos, which is a smaller replica of the main Temple of Illumination for the planet at Lake Titicaca in South America. The majestic and awesome South America Temple is maintained under the leadership of the god and goddess Meru, Meru, very highly evolved beings, custodians of the energy of that ray for this planet. At this time, we are going to take you to the one in Telos, which holds the same energy frequency. So it starts, I ask you to focus on your heart. Set your intention to come along on a journey with us to the Temple of Illumination in the underground city. Ask your guides and your higher self to guide you in consciousness to come with us there. We have a huge Merkaba that will comfortably contain all of you. We invite you to step in for a ride. Now perceive yourself arriving in Telos at the gateway of this temple. From a distance you are seeing an 8-sided golden yellow structure that radiates like the sun. It emanates its illumination energy rays for several hundred miles unto the atmospheres and the surface of the planet. It is also connected with the crystal grid and it distributes the energy everywhere on the surface of the globe very quickly. See yourself walking up to 24 steps to this gate of light. As you set your feet in the last step, you are greeted by a couple of people in Telos who are the gateway keepers. They invite you to step into the specific area of the foyer to be immersed in a shower of golden ray light that will clear and prepare your energy fields to be received in the temple. So this light is like washing, showering. It cleanses you, this golden light. At this point, each one of you is assigned a Lemurian guide that will be your escort and mentor for your experience as you now walk through the gateway. It is then that you are greeted on the other side by the most splendid team of second-ray masters, the planetary Christ, Lord Maitreya, Lord Buddha, Lord Sananda, Lanto, Confucian, Dajwalkal, Kathumi, extending to you all the love of their hearts. They bid you their most heartfelt welcome into a beautiful entryway, like a huge portal, where everything that you see radiates like the sun. There are no words or language to describe what you see or experience, but this is not important. Use your imagination to create your experience more clearly. Imagination is a faculty of the divine mind, where all past and present experience store their imprints, so that you can retrieve them later on in your conscious state. Allow your heart and consciousness to be bathed and imprinted with all that you see and perceive with the eye of the soul. See how everything here reflects the golden sun of the love of the Creator for that ray. Notice and breathe in all energies of the numerous fountains of golden liquid light that spring out from the centers and along the walls of the great hall of illumination. See the flowers of all colors shimmering with tones of golden mist, anointing their heavenly scent everywhere you look. Imagine also a wide variety of golden yellow flowers of different shades and sides growing together in the most stunning, harmonious, and spectacular decor, creating a symphony of love, illumination, and wisdom everywhere you look. Pay attention to details of the floor, the walls, and the ceilings of all the beauty around you. As you walk towards the front of the huge temple, there are several vessels where the unfed flame of illumination is brilliantly burning. Also notice the masters of wisdom who stand around the great illumination flame in the center of the hall of illumination. See how by their constant outpouring of love and nurturing they create the nature and nurture and ever spiraling expansion of the unified flame of light. Without the nurturing of the flame of God by those dedicated to that service, those various flames would not exist and would become extinct. The only source of fuel for those flames stem from the fire of love and dedication springing forth from the hearts of those who tend them. By their love and dedication, they keep those flames alive and bright for the benefit of humanity and the planet herself. Keep breathing in deeply, beloved ones. This is a very specific gift offered to you at this time. The door of these temples are not always open to the unascended beings. You are here today by special dispensation. I encourage you to offer your deepest gratitude to Lord Maitreya and the other masters mentioned above who have volunteered to hold the energies for you here so that you can be allowed entrance. For those reading this material and desiring to experience the same, if you desire, your desire is pure and sincere, the same dispensation can be accorded to you. Continue to pay attention to the guide that has been assigned to you. Much wisdom and understanding can be shared through this interaction. Now you are invited to sit in the golden crystal chair in front of the Master's golden flame. Feel the energy, feel the brilliant golden flame penetrating every cell and particle of your etherical body. We ask you now to breathe in the energy as much as you can as you focus in front of you on this wonderful bright flame of illumination. It is about 60 feet tall, nourishing around the clock by the love of our people, the love of the ascended masters, the angelic beings. As you focus on the flame through the breath, connect in your heart with the mind of God, the masters of wisdom who nourish and nurture the flame. Connect your heart with their hearts and ask them to imprint their love and dedication into your DNA, into your chakras. Begin in an altered ego there, bring in also the altered ego there, as it is also divine and an integral part of you. It is not a part that you can get rid of, but the part of you that needs to be transformed back to the original purpose and will also unite with the divine in the ascension process. This part too needs to be understood and nurtured by your own self-love. Take that separated aspect of you, your human mind, your altered ego, and simply saturate these aspects of you with the illumination flame. Talk to those parts of you where great love and compassion, like you would talk to a young adult or child. Tell the human ego that it is also divine and loved, and ask it to surrender to the great wisdom of the flame of illumination to receive the love and comfort. Do this so that you can live your life with greater integration of wisdom and inner knowingness. When you go back into your body in your daily life and are faced with difficult decisions to make, always bring in front of your eyes, your inner eye, this beautiful golden flame of illumination and wisdom. Ask to be infused with the greatest insights of whatever you need to know in the now moment or for the choices you have to make. This is how you're going to come out of the unawareness of spiritual slumber, and this is also how you are going to learn discernment. This is how your thoughts are going to become one with the thoughts of God and will assist you to come out of limitation. All the flames assist you in their different ways to restore your spirit of limitlessness, so that you can once again walk the earth like wise masters and sages. Also ask for the energy of this knowledge to be integrated into your conscious mind. You may not remember all the details, but the knowledge will be imprinted in your soul. That is most important. So ask for this download to come into you. Don't worry about it. Just let it come in and fill you, even if you don't understand it. You have been imprinted in your soul so many erroneous belief systems that maintain you in pain and limitation. Ask those be presented to you to the forefront of your awareness. Then understand, cleansed and healed by the illumination flame. This is a gradual process requiring your intentions and your full participation. In the process of ascension, the completion of this process will become manifest. Keep merging more and more with the God mind, which represents the intelligence of the heart. When you feel complete, stand up and walk around with your guides and ask questions for which you are seeking answers. This temple is very vast with many facets, sections, and chambers. Carry on resting your soul and your heart in the beautiful energy, which also represents the sun of your divinity. It is through the mind of God, through the illumination flame, that all knowledge will be assessed and delivered to your conscious mind when you align with it fully. Now come back to consciousness into your physical body. Intend to bring back with you as much as you can of your journey to the Temple of Illumination. Know that you now have permission to go back there any time you want, as long as you remain in alignment with the love energy of the second ray, because you can't want to manipulate. As soon as you do, you're never going to go in there. It's not about having power or anything. There are great numbers of masters of wisdom in ascension state serving the Temple of Illumination. They are also connected with the ashram of the second ray, where many souls come at night for classes and private tutoring. Take place in one of the many areas of the Temple of Illumination. There are no fees for the classes except for your willingness to love and to evolve your consciousness. When you are ready, open your eyes, be happy, grateful, and harmonious with the self and with others. Thank you, dearest ones, for coming with us today. We send you love, our wisdom, our support, and our discernment. Know that you can tap into the mind of God anytime you want. The more you do it consciously through your heart, the greater and wiser beings you will all become. The sooner you will be able to meet face to face, and so be it. Ariella, thank you, Adam. You are so precious, and also thank you on behalf of the group here, Adam. I am your mirror, my dearest ones. You are also very precious, so as well. So, invocation of the Golden Flame of Illumination. Glorious Golden Flame of Illumination from the heart of God in the great central sun. I invoke the presence of beloved God and Goddess Miru into the heart, mind, and soul. I ask you to flood my being with the precious oil of illumination. Pour over me the limitless radiation of transformation, all that is less than the divine perfection in my consciousness. O flame of light so bright and radiant, O flame of God so wondrous and to behold, ceaseless fountains of wisdom flowing, bring back home to the heart of the sun. Bring me back to the heart of the sun. Come with the fullness of thy power, take my hand and open my eyes, flooding my life with thy wonders. Blaze illumination flame through me. Therefore I choose to walk with God through the fire of love from my heart. I declare that I am God in manifestation. I also declare that there is a mighty river of radiant golden light of illumination flowing through me, and that I am a river of light. I am a river of golden peace. Now I declare that my entire consciousness, being and world, and now swallow up in light, bath in the arms of love, this world that I live in, full of light, full of love, and the victory is assured. My victory is assured because I am a divine love illumination ray, sending forth bombs of true divine healing to every part of myself, to every man, woman, and child on the planet. O flame of love, so wondrous to behold, expand thy golden light through me today. Bless, heal, illume, and seal me, and all mankind forever in the light of God that never fails. So how's everybody? Hopefully you all come back. Hopefully you're not flying around all kinds of magic carpet rides everywhere.